wish you would not sit on my desk like that.
But, Perry, I thought you admired my legs.
I do, Dalla. It's just that we're in the middle of a murder trial.
Order, order. When you're quite ready, Mr. Mason, I'm sure we'd like to meet your client who was arrested at the scene of the crime, covered in blood, holding the murder weapon and chanting madly, "I did it, I did it, I did it."
Yes, Your Honor, circumstantial evidence only.
It was me, I tell you, it was me. I had an affair with my husband's best friend, Roger. It was blood.
Objection, Your Honor. This hysterical witness is not due to make an appearance in the show until the very last minute. However, her rather exaggerated performance has told me that it's about time for a close-up and a pause so I can do some dramatic eye acting.
Of course, Mr. Mason, but who is your client in this case?
Well, to make it particularly difficult, Your Honor, I will be defending a large number of blood-stained, obviously guilty psychopaths caught at the scene of the crime simultaneously, if it pleases Your Honor.
Let's just get on with it, shall we, Mr. Mason?
Of course, Your Honor. My first client is a Mr. Paul X. Paul X is a professional antique clock collector and part-time federal treasurer of no fixed ego.
Now, Mr. X, you are charged with murdering the Australian economy. How do you plead?
Well, what do you reckon? Innocent, you fat scumbag!
My client is pleading not guilty, Your Honor.
Listen here, fatso. I deregulated. I deregulated, that's what I did. That's all. Now, how was I to know that the bloody thing would do a bolt when I took its chain off?
Objection, Your Honor.
What is it?
I don't have any lines. No further questions, Your Honor. Your witness, Mr. Mason.
You run a large Australian bank, and you've been accused of lending millions of dollars to any shonky creep who asks for that money.
Absolute lies.
But you did lend $60 million to a man from Wagga Wagga who wanted to start a penguin farm in the Simpson Desert.
That is correct.
And $340 million to a mentally disturbed man who wanted to start a banana plantation on the moon.
Well, I'm afraid you've got your facts wrong there. It was Mars for a start, and I'll thank you not to refer to my father-in-law as a mentally disturbed man.
Your witness, Counselor.
Would you, for example, lend me, say, $300 million to start a lobster farm in the middle of the Kuwaiti desert?
No worries. There you go.
No further questions, Your Honor. I've got a plane to catch.
You better get me off this, fat man, or have the tax department go right through you like a 5-day-old curry.
Are you Keith Simmons, primary school teacher of Endeavor Meadows with an annual income of $30,000?
Yes. Sleazy tax cheat! Hit the bastard!
Well, I put it to you, Mr. Simmons, that you are a guilty man. You are guilty of running up a $150 billion debt, of destroying our manufacturing base and bringing this country to the brink of economic chaos. How do you plead?
It wasn't me.
Oh, well, fair enough.
It was me, I tell you. You gotta believe me, it was me. I did it. Yes, sure, I did it. And I'll tell you why I did it. I did it because I loved him and he loved her. And I decided to destroy the Australian economy because I didn't want limit on my bank card, and I just couldn't stop. All my life I've been poor, second-hand clothes, second-hand toys. Then there was an Arab who came around with $2 billion worth of U.S. debentures to finance the carport extension. And I refinanced our car using the kids as a down payment, but there was no commodities price crash. Well, there was a commodities price crash, and I couldn't pay the gas bill, and so then I couldn't pay the bill at the grocery, so I invested offshore because Jill, that bitch from next door, you know what she did? She bought a second-hand Volvo with extra car seats for the kiddies and everything, and I had to cancel my camper